Now, who wants to hear how I got the great Chuck Bass to tell me he loved me?
I'm Chuck.
I know. Hi, I'm Jenny.
It's nice to meet you.
That kid popped you pretty good, huh? Never messed with a guy's sister.
And if I knew his name, I'd hunt him down and kill him.
What, because you kill people now? You're gonna strangle him with your scarf?
Don't mock the scarf, Nathaniel. It's my signature.
You need help getting Chuck to sleep with you? Really?
Chuck and Blair going to the movies. Chuck and Blair holding hands.
I'm sorry about Blair and Chuck.
It's not about Blair or Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck? And Blair? Blair and Chuck?
Or Chuck and Blair. Blair and Chuck.
You and Chuck are two of the most self-centered, damaged people I know.
I'm not following.
Well, somehow, two wrongs make a twisted right.
Oh, gross incoming Chuck. I hate Chuck.
Chuck?
Chuck.
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 Oh, exactly what the situation needs. Chuck.
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 Chuck. Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck? Wow. Hear that, Blair? Chuck? Chuck, I'm serious. Are you done yet? This is my bathroom. Can you just get it over with, Chuck? Say whatever pervy thing you're gonna say and just leave. Chuck!
Hello, Chuck.
Hey, I've been wondering where you were.
You mean all of your life?
Don't take this the wrong way, Serena, but you sound just like this jackass we know.
Did you have a reason for coming here? Because if it was to insult me, there's a website you can go to. Why don't I turn that one piece into a no piece?
Find a floaty to talk to, Chuck.
Oh, don't put your dirty package on the table.
If I had a dime for every time I heard that.
That's enough, Chuck.
How glad are you to see our families merge, sis?
So glad that if you ever call me that again, it'll be the last thing you ever say, Chuck. Hi, Chuck.
Please call me brother.
Chuck?
Chuck.
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 Chuck. Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck!
Chuck is in for the shock of his life. Chuck.
Chuck is gone.
What's Chuck doing today?
Why are you asking me? Chuck! Chuck.
Chuck.
You can't run. You have to stay here and hear it this time. Chuck Bass. I love you. I love you so much. It consumes me. I love you. I know you love me too. Tell me you love me. I love you, Chuck. And I'll always be your family.
My soul is a dark place, but I know your love. I know your love. My soul is a dark place.
Good night, Chuck.
Just Chuck.
When did Chuck give you a dress?
When we were going to Europe.
And you're wearing it tonight?
It's just that it would be a shame to waste it, that's all.
Blair, I saw you with Chuck.
You stay the hell away from me, Chuck!
Poor Chuck. I know, poor Chuck. Luckily he has me. The nape of the neck is Chuck's kryptonite. Go away, Chuck. Go away, Chuck.
Chuck? Mr. Chuck.
Mr. Chuck.
Mr. Chuck.
Mr. Chuck.
Mr. Chuck.
Mr. Chuck and I both of the
And
opinion.
who cares what you and Mr. Chuck think? I didn't think that you were still in town. I figured that you were
With Charles, no. Sadly, I'm stuck here on business while he suns himself at my hotel in Monaco.
Charles.
Charles.
Charles!
Charles.
Charles.
I'm Charles Bass.
Charles, how are you?
No, Charles. How are you?
How is Charles holding up?
You mean Chuck?
Chuck Bastard.
The bastard is untouchable.
The Bass family.
Let go of me, Bass. Bass.
Bass Jr. is a piece of work.
Bass? This is a punishable offense. And not the kind of punishment you like. Revenge is so 12 hours ago. And just because Marcus happens to be the perfect post-Bass palate cleanser doesn't mean he isn't a delicious dish in his own right.
Spotted. Chuck Bass up to his old tricks.
Spotted Chuck Bass in France. Chuck Bass in Germany, Chuck Bass in Italy.
Spotted. Chuck Bass putting his new BFF on speed dial. Is it the beginning of a beautiful bromance? Spotted. Bass taking the bait. Spotted. Bass drunk off his ass.
It's just a game, Blair.
It's not me, Bassel. I like him.
Looks like you've just hooked yourself a bass. So you want to hide out at the Bass Cave?
He just got up abruptly and he left.
Like a bass out of hell.
Damn that mother chucker.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Chuck.
Bass. Oh my God, I read about you on Gossip Girl. You're like the devil.
You want to know what Chuck Bass is saying about you?
No.
You have to help me destroy Chuck Bass.
That is Chuck Bass.
Chuck Bass, heir to Bass Industries.
Did Chuck Bass just say he was going to the planetarium?
You may be the future leaders of America. You're now under the control of Chuck Bass.
I'd like to experience the world of Chuck Bass.
Are you gay? Chuck Bass.
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 Chuck Bass?
I'm Chuck Bass. I'm Chuck Bass. Dude, I'm Chuck Bass. Even Europeans must know what that means. I'm Chuck Bass. I'm Chuck Bass.
You're Chuck Bass.
I'm not Chuck Bass without you. The next time you forget, you're Blair Waldorf. Remember, I'm Chuck Bass. And I love you.